At the season's halfway point, they are in second place behind the surging Atlanta Hawks, who seem at this point unbeatable. Des, I'll ask you this. Do you give the Wizards any chance of overtaking Atlanta for the top seed in the East at this point in the season?
I mean, I give them a chance. I mean, they're in second place, so they have the best chance of anybody left in the East to do it. But I don't think it's a great chance. I mean, they're 5 games back with 40 to play. So, and Atlanta's just playing so well. I mean, you do kind of wonder if Atlanta can keep it up, and if they hit a losing streak, or obviously if somebody gets injured, I think, you know, then the Wizards can, and if the Wizards stay healthy, they can overtake them. But I don't think it's a great chance. I mean, the Wizards have, I think, 3 more road games to play than Atlanta does the rest of the way, and you know, Wizards are 11-8 in the road, which is good, but it's not great. So, you know, I just think I'd give it maybe a 15% chance. I mean, I don't think it's a very high one.
Dan, can the Wizards get hot enough to catch the Hawks?
No, I mean, I think it'd be more likely. I kind of said the same thing last week. I think it'd be more likely that they would go down to the 3rd seed than they would go up to the 1st seed. And I think even with the way Cleveland's playing, all of a sudden, I don't think it's out of the question that Cleveland could overtake the Wizards, or certainly move up at least in the order. I mean, I think Atlanta's good. I think that for a while I was like, I don't know, but they're good, man. They're really good. They're well coached. They've got all kinds of pieces, and I think that the Wizards, a little bit old. They've got. I still think that Pierce and Nene are probably going to sit some games out at some point.
Oh, so I don't, clearly, yeah.
I don't think the Wizards are going to be the #1 seed now.
Chelsea, do you see any shot of them overtaking Atlanta?
I mean, the Hawks have just played so well, as they've both said.
Yeah.
I mean, and I also think there is kind of a potential for them to drop off, and even if they do, I mean, you're getting into the part of the season where there is that grind, and the Wizards are aging, and like you say, some of their key pieces or key role players would kind of be the first to drop off if, you know, health became an issue. So, I mean, I think it would be very, very tough, and Atlanta would have to go into a big tailspin, and so would some of the other teams to kind of open that door for the Wizards.
I mean, if Al Horford gets injured, which has happened many times in the
It
past,
has.
I think it's a whole different equation. Obviously, you have Nene and you have guys in the Wizards who also can get injured. But I mean, I think that's the big scenario where the Hawks could really take a tumble. It happened to them just last year.
But to that point, though, do you not think the Wizards could weather some injuries better than the Hawks when you have guys like Chris Humphries and Otto Porter and Martell Webster now coming back? You can kind of plug those holes for a while better than the Hawks might be able to off the bench.
Yeah, I think the Wizards could weather any injury to anybody but Wall pretty well, to
right.
any one guy. You know, the Hawks, though.
Although Andre Miller gets it done when he gets on the court.
In his limited minutes.
Yeah, he is. No,
Yes,
agreed. I'm not saying he's going to be the long. I'm just saying if Wall misses a couple games here and there. I mean, the Wizards are better.
Yeah.
Well, Dan, do you think the Wizards are better equipped to handle injuries than maybe for the Hawks are, given how strong their bench play has been?
I mean, I guess it probably depends who gets injured, but I don't know that. I don't know that. I think that playing one of the oldest players in the league 30 minutes a game is a recipe for long-term success.
No. Of course, we're not saying that, but we're talking about just in spots, because we expect Nene at some point to either rest or be hurt, right? And they're going to give Pierce some rest.
The bench has been good. I mean, like Martell Webster hasn't played great since he's come back. I don't know what their plan with him is. Otto Porter is being a little bit more inconsistent probably than he was at the beginning of the year, not getting as many minutes, obviously. I mean, Humphries has been awesome. Humphries has been a revelation, but I don't know that. I don't know that you want your plan to be starters getting hurt.